Right, hello everybody. Maybe I should not move my mic all the way over there. Right, yeah, more of this. Doing a little nose manual there. Was planned, don't worry about that one. Yeah, back again with more Descenders stuff. Kind of thinking about Descenders 2 recently, after, you know, last video. And last night I was talking to Bullet about it. And he was talking to, and someone came in the Discord server and was like, oh, yeah, how did I change the colour of my grips? I thought, nice idea, I like that. More... Right, I get it, mate. You're good at the game. Please fall over. Thank you. Jesus Christ. You don't have to be that good. Maybe be that good when I need you to, but not when I don't need it, alright? Oh, this guy knows what's up. Oh, this guy knows what's up, but not doing tricks. Interesting. Or maybe he doesn't. Oh, see? Oh, I won't fall over when I'm doing the thing where I need to bail, but as soon as it gets to the most ridiculous thing ever, I'm going to fall over. This guy's an idiot. Yeah, but as I was saying, someone asked about changing the colour of their grips, and I thought, you know, if they did make Descenders 2, I can't lie, customization for bikes would be the next thing up, or just customization in general. I've heard a lot of people say, can I have some new gloves and can I have some new shoes? That's a new thing that people want, is new shoes, new gloves, because obviously the rest of the character is customizable apart from them 2 points. If you play in first person, it makes sense to have customizable gloves, you know, because of the fact you see them all the time. If you're riding in first person, you will always see your gloves because they'll just be on the handlebars, so why wouldn't you want to change them? I understand why people want to change shoes and stuff, and I understand in-depth bike customization. Unfortunately, the only way you can do that is if you know how to texture stuff, or you just follow Aveni's bike mod where he literally he has bloody brake, you know, the little brake levers. He has multiple of those that you can choose from and put together. It's obviously not the same way or as easy as it is with just like a menu in a game. You have to do it externally, put it all in Photoshop. There's so much to it, and it obviously takes a few more steps. Yeah, it does take a few more steps, but I mean, it's very good for what it is. It is very, very good. He's literally given you all of the tools, all of the resources, and you just have to figure it out. If you don't want to do that, then you obviously don't want it bad enough. But the only other downside to that is also the fact that it's only on what do you call it? It's only on PC. Oi! Only on Steam version as well, not on the Game Pass version. To be honest, don't know why anybody chooses to play on the Game Pass version on PC when Descenders is £2 on a key website. I know people are like, oh, don't use key websites and stuff. But if you ain't got money, man, what else are you meant to do? Pay full price? I don't think so. But yeah, no, obviously support the devs when you can, but some people do get game keys. It's just the way the world works, alright? I'm sorry, man. If there's cheap game keys, even I'd do it. Crew Motorfest, I didn't want to pay 60 quid for that. Is there a key for it? It's probably not cheap enough for me to even think about doing it, and I've already lost my interest in it, so not going to buy it. Simple as that. You know, if the key's there, the game's cheap, I'm all for it. You know, I may as well get it. But I think of the stuff that I'd like to be added to like a Descenders 2 would definitely be more customization. I think the way that they should do it is definitely keep it the same way as it is now. I think this is a great way of getting items. It makes it actually sort of skill based, you know. The better, the cooler items that you have, the better you are at the game, you know. I know that I'm only riding backwards in the desert and I'm getting like Lux Bikes and stuff, but there's a lot of people that can't do that, and if they want those items, you've got to put in the time and effort to get good at the game to be able to do it. And I think that's a really smart way of doing it, and I like the sort of collectathon type sort of hidden gameplay underneath the surface. That's why I do this. I really like collecting items. I think it's fun. For me, that is what is fun about this game. I really like it, and I've done it 4 bloody times over. I've done it 5 times actually. I did it on my main account too, and this will be the 5th time I've done this on this game, and it is still fun every time I do it. I love the little, oh, what am I going to get? And I get something. It feels good. That's a really nice way of doing it. I don't know how they would do it with different game modes and stuff, or whether you just keep it to something like this. I know you'd have to add in some new areas and stuff for it to be a Descenders 2, but I think overhauling the bike customization system, adding in like 2 different grand tours, and maybe updating some of the stuff with the game and adding new tricks, I could easily see a complete full release on a completely new game and see a nice little price tag on it and not have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd buy it. I'm buying for the bike customization. I'm buying for the new Grand Tour. I'm buying for all of that good stuff. I'm buying for more of this good game. That's what I'm here for. You know, it's different when it's like Counter-Strike 2, you know, all they did, the game looks nice and the smokes are a bit weird and then everything else in the game they absolutely ruined, but it's free, so I don't have a problem with that. I've got no idea why I'm doing a 250k run. I just think I automatically did it. Saw it and was like, you know what? Going for it, mate. Absolutely going for it. I'm that good. I'm going for it. You may as well, you know. Sometimes if the option is there, I'm gonna take it, because I rarely ever get to be able to do this off the line instantly. I know I did fall over straight away, but even so, still, this is a bonus. I saw someone in the comments of the last video talking about how they want more realistic riding. If you like, say there was another Descenders 2, they would like sort of a feature like that. That makes sense. Yeah, this is, I suppose, if you put it in, say let's compare this to like Skate 3, for example, because they have like difficulty ratings for how realistic you want it. I guess you could do it like that. I know Skate 3's realistic mode isn't the most realistic thing ever, but it is more realistic than easy is. I would say this is on normal because you can't do 8 different flips in one air time and then get like a billion rep and that's it, you know. This is normal. This is OG Descenders gameplay, you know. And then if we had a more realistic riding mode, I have no idea what that would be like, and there would probably have to be some sort of trails to compensate for it. But then again, it would seem like so much work that it might just have to be a separate thing or just a completely different game. I don't think Descenders would really benefit from ultra realistic riding. I guess I get that people want to do it, right? And I understand that, and it makes sense that you do want to do it. You've got a love for mountain biking in the real world. That's as realistic as it's going to get for you, because it is real. But yeah, I don't know if the game would really support that in the way that this is. This is a fun arcadey pick up and put down sort of game. I don't know about a full realism system. I would say it's probably better to go to a different game for that. I know there isn't another game for that, but it might be your best option. Or if they did add one that's sort of like Skate's realism one, I guess, because obviously I think B-hops on this bike are a bit absurdly huge. Like, you can do like backflips and front flips to flat. I suppose if you made it on realistic, that wouldn't be as easy. It's hard to say, you know. Like, I'm not a professional mountain bike rider. I can't do a 720 cork on the floor, you know, but maybe some of them can. I've got no idea. Maybe that's possible. You just have to have that skill level, you know. I'd love to hear what other people have got to say for like an ideas for Descenders 2. I think customization is definitely one of the things that people all around would want. Obviously, I'm just making up ideas and we're just talking about it. I have no idea if they're even bothering to make it, or if they would, and maybe it's not what they want to do, you know. It's their game studio. They can make whatever games they feel like. Descenders 2 would be great, and I think it would be a financial success for them, especially if it's anything like this. This was solid when it came out. It's not as buggy as new games are. I don't think you guys need to go over the top with a graphics overhaul. I really like how the game looks. Maybe I don't even think you could do a slight improvement. There's nothing to improve. This game fits within its art style. I think it's really nice how it works, you know. Nobody's asking for a bloody ray traced Lux Bike, are they? So I think you could leave the graphics alone and just maybe work on new tricks, maybe add a new bike or something, maybe a BMX or something. That might be okay, you know, like an off-road BMX. I know that's sort of a dirt jumper, but like, I don't know, just slap some off-road tyres on a BMX and then call it a day, and I think people would be happy with it, honestly. I don't think they'd complain. They'd like the fact that the BMX is in the game, and then the fact that it's got off-road tyres. I guess just I don't know, I guess it keeps it Descenders related. I'd love to see some more like handcrafted huge levels with like, they gotta flow. You know how big New Lexico is, and there's a lot of good stuff in New Lexico. You just have to ride really far and for ages in between all of the good stuff. It's just, I think it's oversized. They were like, look at how big and cool we can make maps, but then they just made it too big, and every point of interest is just too far away. Yeah, I think that's the only problem with New Lexico. It's a great map. It just, some things are a bit too far away that don't need to be. There's some trails that you probably have never ridden on New Lexico because you didn't know it was there, because it's on like the other side of the map, hidden in a bloody village that you didn't even know was there, you know. A lot of the most of like the stuff that they worked on is at the front, but there's still some cool stuff, especially like the lake obstacle course. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that was in the game. There's a lake obstacle course inside of New Mexico. Yeah, you go and find it, you'll see it. Or the big half pipe like drainage ditch thing. It's super massive. Like it's so oversized that it doesn't really ride nicely, but it exists. You just probably haven't found it, you know, unless you've done that really big. Well, just the trail is huge. It doesn't even make sense why it's that big, and the airtime is so big that you die 90% of the time before you actually land a trick over that trail. But you'll see it because you'll go in the air and you'll see it ever so slightly off in the distance. It took me a while to find as well, but once you're there, you know, that's new stuff that you probably wouldn't know that's in the game. But yeah, I'd like more handcrafted levels like that were just more cohesive, I'd say. You know, they got to flow nicely. It's not got to be a bloody, you know, bus journey until you can get onto another trail. It's just got to be within riding distance. They're all pretty fun. Just like some bike parks, you know, like a Whistler bike park, but not Whistler. You know, it's trails like that. That's what I'd like. Something sort of like that. That would be cool. Like a really big stoker. That would be cool. And if you did make a big stoker, I would say use that as the lobby. I mean, it would take a while for the game to load it up, obviously, because it's huge, but I think it would be nicer. I think people would appreciate the lobby being that big. Like, have the lobby bit, you know, like where the shed is and whatnot, and that the statue and so on the top of the huge Whistler-esque sort of bike park. But then have everything else, you know, just attached to it. So when you're bored, boom, you've got a whole bloody bike park to ride around, and you can change your outfits and stuff while you're there, and then you can go off and do other stuff in the game. Nothing is probably ever going to come of this. It's just, you know, it's just ideas, man, but it would be cool. I wonder what other people would like to see, honestly. If anyone in the comments, just put in the ideas. I like to read them. It's nice to see what other people in the community want from this game, you know. I'd love more Grand Tour stuff just because there's stuff to do. More items, that's always a bonus. Anything that takes the grind even longer, it makes it even more satisfying when it's completed. Add 2,000 items in the game. I'll get them all, mate. I'll get them all just to say the fact that I've got 2k items. Give me an achievement for it and I'll be even happier. Like, personally, I'd like a huge construction park, but that's just me. I think the construction park is one of the best areas in the game. Honestly, I think it's so fun. I love the little obstacle course. It feels so grounded and made specifically for it. I love the theming of it. It's so cool. It just works so well, and the obstacles are so fun to ride. If there was just a huge one of that, I'd rather like a massive construction park than 4 different bike outs, because I like how in depth and how realistic each of the obstacles feel. Yeah, they're quite simple, and as soon as you know how to do them, it's like the easiest thing ever, and it's just a bit of fun. But I think a really big construction park would not be amiss. I'd love it. It's one of my favourite areas, and I think it's really cool to ride around. I even like just hanging out in it. I think the little rollers and the ramps and stuff that are in there just make it a nice place to ride around if you're bored. Yeah, I will take 23,000 rep though. Thank you very much. That's very good. Yes, please. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. You're so off the floor, man. You are so off the floor. It's annoying. Why are you off the floor? It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Do what you like, mate. Actually, just do what you like. I do not care. I do not care. If you're going to do this, do what you like. And yeah, if you ever make a Lux Bike again, don't make it this yellow. This yellow, I don't know what it is. It's ugly. It looks so bad. Make it the bright yellow. Don't make it this weird orange one. If you're going to do that, make an orange one, make a yellow one, but don't make a mix of the two. But thank you very much. I will take a Lux Bike. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you very much to my money havers, Andrew, Grim, Luna and Leo. Thank you ever so much for still supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. You guys just supporting me this long is crazy, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. Subscribe for more of this stuff, and I'll see you a lot later. Goodbye.